What's up, everybody? Good afternoon on this lunch break live tap-in game session. I'm like a minute late. My internet cut out. Anyways, I hope everybody's having a good day. And if you caught my video last night about playing the tap-in game, I mentioned that I would be doing it I want to do it every day, actually, at noon. So if something crazy and chaotic comes up, that happens. But as of right now, I want to do this every day at noon. And it's a new ritual that I'm bringing back into my life from doing it. And so thought I would share it with all of you guys. So just as a quick recap, Tap In is basically a game that I started a long time ago when I was in Sedona with the community, and we would use a book. We were using the Keys of Enoch to ask any question that we wanted, and then see what the universe or our intuition what messages that had for us. So I'm using an array of books, and I like to keep it kind of a little metaphysical, a little grounded, a little, all over the place. But I also wanted to quickly share too, there was a couple people on last night's video, David in particular, which I asked his permission to share, but he had asked about whether he should be moving or not, and I used one of the books to find out an answer for him. And he sent me a private message later that evening saying that it was really ringing pretty powerfully and pretty true for him, and that it really helped him get some more guidance on the overall question. And it had a lot to do with, the answer had a lot to do with pain. And so without giving, obviously the details of his personal story, but basically that was really ringing true towards a relationship. So that's the kind of fun stuff that I like about this game. What's up, Emily? Hey, girl. What's up, James? So yeah, it's kind of just, it's a fun, I call it a game, but it's really just an opportunity to get us in touch with our intuition and see whatever questions we ask, that the answers are all around us. And yes, the answers are within us. And sometimes it helps to use things like books or tarot cards or whatever it is for you, sometimes messages on the radio, whatever, to kind of get those messages from spirit, universe, your intuition, call it whatever you want. But I choose to look at everything as really fun and playful, and that messages are everywhere. And that kind of, I don't know, puts a little bit more fun into life, I think. So I thought that I would start with, so I did have one question. Josh, baby, asked, how in 2017 we can love ourselves more powerfully and deeply. And I thought that was a really awesome question. So I think I'm going to pose that towards everybody universally, not just specifically. And so here, I'll show you guys what we're working with today. These are, let's see, I got The Secret World of Dreams. This has been a book of mine, oh my God, probably since maybe 11. I had a really crazy dream last night too, so intuition, whatever, I thought that we would bring this one out. This one was a new book that my roommate brought home, so incorporating the body into, kind of the overall question. This one we had last night about money, always I think is super important, especially in kind of like, everybody in everything that we want to gain and create, So again, I keep everything kind of grounded, as well as kind of mix in a little bit of metaphysical. Women Who Run with Wolves, always an amazing. This, if we're asking questions, I thought might be appropriate. So that's along here. Matrix Energetics, amazing work. I've done their courses with Richard. And so I don't know, like I said, following intuition, threw that one in here. You never know what you're going to get. Personal Power Through Awareness. This is one of my favorite books. I brought back Earth again. And then, I don't know, I grabbed this one, Vibrational Medicine. This is a book of mine that I really, really enjoy. It's kind of one, it's ridiculously thick. So to be honest, I haven't finished the book through and through, but it's one of those that I just kind of pick up every once in a while and grab. So What's up, Annalisa, beautiful sister? Yo, girl, if you have a question, ask anything you want to know, and I'm using these books to answer. So that goes for everybody. Right now, I think what we're going to do is the one on how to love yourself more deeply and powerfully in 2017. I think I want to use a couple books. So I think I'm going to first go with The Power of Love. I didn't do this last night to kind of like show you guys exactly how I do it. So I think I'll do that today. And what else do I feel? Let's go with Running with Wolves. Okay, so these two books I'm going to use for answering how to love ourselves more powerfully and deeply in 2017. Okay, I'm going to do this one-handed. Jeez. So literally all I do is open it, flip it, stop it where I want. How to love yourself more deeply and powerful. You be miserable if you settle. That's kind of awesome. So, how to love yourself more deeply and powerfully in 2017. The universe's answer is you will be miserable if you settle. That's kind of rad. I like that. And then same question. I'm going to stop. That's on the bookmark. That's not fair. Okay. All right. I'm going to flip this around for you guys. Yeah, I love that. Awesome, right? Okay. So how to love yourself more deeply and powerfully in 2017. And literally, I just kind of intuitively scan the page and say, where am I to, and what area am I supposed to read? Follow the intuition. So I'm drawn to the left side of the page. So if you guys have the book, I'm reading from page 308. How to love yourself more deeply and powerfully in 2017. The answer is, if the culture in which a woman lives attacks the creative function of its members, if it splits or shatters any archetype or perverts its design or meaning, these will be incorporated in their broken state into the psyches of its members in the same way. As a broken winged force rather than a hale one filled with vitality and possibility. That's kind of dope. What's up, James? I'm going to answer your question in a quick second after I'm done reading this, but I got you. I'm going to read this a little bit more. And then something's calling me over to the right side of the page. So let's see. When these injured elements about how to allow the creative life and how to nourish it are activated within a woman's psyche, it is hard to have a dit of insight into what's wrong. Being in a complex, it is like being inside a black bag. It is dark. You cannot see what has hold of you. You only know you're captured by something. Then we are temporarily unable to organize our thoughts or priorities. And like bag creatures, we begin to act without contemplation. Although acting without contemplation can be very useful at times, such as in the presence of first thought, right thought, in this instance, it is not so. During a poisoned or stalled creation, a woman gives the beautiful soul self pretend eating. That's interesting. She tries to disregard the condition of the animus. I don't know what that is. So she throws a little. I wish we had a dictionary while we were doing this. So she throws a little workshop to hear. Hang on. So she throws a little workshop to it here and drops a little reading time for it there. But in the end, this has no substance. The woman is kidding no one but herself. Interesting. So yesterday, I asked the question on what the energy was going to be of 2017, and it also had a lot to do with feminine energy as well. So there's a lot of feminine energy coming through for both men and women for 2017 too. So how to love yourself more powerfully and strongly in 2017 has a lot to do with feminine energy and bringing that in. Okay, so I don't know. I want to skip down and read. The destructive, she uses a word here that I don't know what it is, and it's in italics, so I don't know if it's the name of something. It's Hidalgo, Hidalgo, the destructive Hidalgo. I don't know what that is, to be quite honest. In the tale, is a deep but immediately recognizable part of a wounded woman. In her, who causes her to struggle not with creating. Often she cannot even get to that point, but rather with her gaining a clear permission, a solid inner support system to create at will. This is meant to involve, a healthy animus is meant to involve himself with the work of the river, and this is as it should be. Well integrated, he is the helper, watching to see if anything need be done. That's awesome. So again, answer to the question on how can we love ourselves more deeply in 2017 from Women Who Run with Wolves, page 308, and a little bit down on page 309. So let me scroll back up. James said, living in Los Angeles area for 23 years. I was growing and maturing adult in Colorado. I found the most spiritual and peaceful time in my life. I've been here in Las Vegas, and no offense, James. I so appreciate you, but this is a lot to read. Vegas, I find it difficult to find a consistent schedule in anything I do, and my spiritual balance is out of whack no matter what I do. Okay, what's the question? I do, and only been here for 10 months. I'm hoping 2017 is better for me. So is there a question? Do you want to know, how Las Vegas is going to be better for you in 2017? Maybe? Type yes or something clarifying. Maybe about your spiritual practice. Let's ask about your spiritual practice. How about that? Oh, crap. I dropped the Woman Who Runs with Wolves. Okay. So James, how can we support your spiritual practice in 2017? Going for personal power for you. Okay. You type yes. Okay, cool. So personal power through awareness, my favorite book. Love it. 103. Fear is a place that has not yet discovered love. I love this book. Fear is often disguised as logic and rational reasons why something cannot be done. Sometimes it comes disguised as a feeling that other people are stopping you. There are many ways to disguise fear. Blame it on others, refuse to take responsibility, decide you can't do it anyway, so why try, get angry and quit, and many others. What ways do you use to cover up fear? Ooh, that's an awesome question. What ways do you use to cover up fear? I think we can all ask ourselves that question. When we were doing, setting goals for 2017 and the rituals that we put into place to make those, to create those, or to create an action so that we can get those things done that we really are passionate about. It was part of the conversation that was like, well, what rituals have been in place that have created the either negative behavior, if just for lack of a better term, or whatever hasn't been getting done. That's usually something hasn't been getting done, or you haven't been fulfilling the goals that you want because some sort of behavior or ritual has already been put in place to then, or that you're repeatedly doing so that you don't get it done. So I think that's like a similar question of what ways do we use to cover up fear? So it's not always, I think some people get freaked out about asking the question, well, what am I afraid of? Because nobody wants to go into the fear, even though when you go into fear, that's when you release it. But that's a whole other topic. I feel like that's a little bit more of a gentler way of asking the question of what ways do you use to cover up the fear? So fear is going to be present regardless, but ultimately, what are we doing to cover that up? So that's really powerful for me. I really like that one. So hopefully that resonates for you. Hopefully with everybody else too. Everybody's got fear. Nobody's exempt of it, but we're all doing the best that we can to like move through those things. So I'm going to keep reading another sentence. If you discover you are doing these things, the first step is to recognize that the reason you are avoiding something or feeling bad about another and yourself is because of fear, and that it is a place that requires your unconditional love. Love this part of you. Do not make it wrong. Be willing to look directly at it. What did I just say? Be willing to look directly at what you are avoiding. You don't have to apologize, cover up by acting strong, or think that you are a bad person. Once you recognize fear, it becomes much easier to deal with it. It is only when it is disguised, it is only in, hang on. It is only when it is in disguise that it can create separateness and pain. So it is only when it is in disguise that it can create separateness and pain. That's kind of badass, I think. I don't know. Very powerful. Okay. Did that resonate? Did that like connect for you as far as like what relative to your question? Or I mean, either way, it's an awesome message for everybody, but I don't really know what your specific question was. So sometimes the thing that I really like about this is like we think our mind, when we ask a question, it's coming from our conscious mind, which is technically our ego mind, not necessarily in the bad sense of the ego term, but just what we think we're looking for. And we have a whole other subconscious mind and a whole other energy that's happening behind all that. And so what I really love about this process is it doesn't answer the question directly. It answers the deeper root of what your subconscious is really asking and giving you the answer that would best serve you, as opposed to just like a yes, no, distinct, literal answer to your question. So I think that's kind of dope. That's why I like this game. So, let's see. So yes, it did. Okay, awesome, badass. I'm gonna answer one. Oh, my thing fell out. I'm going to answer one for, which if anybody else, what's up, Stephanie? Yo, if you have a question, I'm asking the universe through the books, through all of these books that I have. So it was a game that I used to play in Sedona when I lived there, and I used the book Keys of Enoch, which is amazing and super powerful. And we would literally just ask whatever question and then let the book fall open and let the answer come through. And it was really super powerful. So this is a ritual that I want to get back into doing more of. And so I'm opening up, what's up? I'm opening it up to everyone else also to see what fun questions you would like answered for 2017. And you can do this at home too. I just have a lot of really diverse books and it makes it super fun. So if you have a question, type it in the message down below. I was gonna, yesterday I didn't see all the comments. So if I missed some, I'm sorry, because I'm only reading on like what my phone gives me. And so somehow I missed a comment yesterday from my girl Walker in Sedona, and she was talking about a really specific question that had to do with a roommate in her in her house or in her lodge. She's got an amazing space too. If you guys ever want a place to stay in Sedona, she does an Airbnb out there, this beautiful land, and it's super fun. There's a whole labyrinth out there and everything as well. So if you ever need a place to stay, call her up. Her name's Walker Michelle. She is on my friends list. Little shout out to you, girl, and your place. But as far as finding a roommate for one of those rooms, I want to go with, let's go with Barbara Marciniak. Oh, this is fun. Okay, so if your answer, or if your question is specifically whether you're going to find a roommate or when, or I don't really know, but either way, I'm using Barbara's book. Page 178, if you guys have it. Take a deep breath and relax. Not kidding. It says it right there. I don't know if you can say it. Take a deep breath and relax. Imagine light charged with particles filling your lungs and moving into your body. Find that place where you are in tune with your attention, and find that part of yourself that observes who you are. Now ride the energy through your breath and into your body to a subatomic level. Fill that place with light. Simultaneously feel the energy around you as you sit quiet and still, holding your ideals. Picture 12, or in your sense, the question about the roommate. Picture 12 chakras blossoming with color and light, spinning inside of your body and out. Sense the energy that flows between your chakras and make an intention to open to sexual codes, mysteries, and secrets stored within your being through the transformational qualities of gold. I love that. I love this book. Listen very closely to discern any sounds your body resonates with. Follow those sounds and picture yourself lying on a table that is made of 12 4-carat gold. Interesting. Whatever image comes to your mind, hold on to it. Look at the table in great detail. Feel your body lying on the gold table, absorbing the warmth of the gold. Gold is a primary conductor. Yes, it is. Imagine the gold table conveying codes of electrical impulses into the very cells of your body. You are at peace as you lie on this table. Your guides and higher self stand around you, supervising and watching you. You are very relaxed in a place inside your body where there is deep space. In that space, you are feeling the gold light and seeing the pulsations of electricity as they move through a well-lit space in your body as you lie on the gold table. I'm just going to continue reading this because it's a whole energy exercise, and this is pretty badass. And pretty useful for just meditative purposes, just clearing out your whole energy field. And getting clear. So if we're talking about getting more in touch with our intuition and how to do that, this is a really great exercise in doing that. And just being able to getting so relaxed and bringing in those different energies to then to then ultimately move the energy and the chi through you and have it open up your third eye a lot more. And I want to say through your heart too, since through your heart is the primary translator, I guess I like to call it, of your intuition. So a couple people were actually sent me a message on, well, how do I listen to my intuition more? You have to get connected with your heart. You cannot listen to your intuition. You can't hear it unless you're connected with your heart. That's for me personally, I'll say. So the 4 corners of the table, this is just a quick next paragraph just to finish off the energy exercise for everybody. The 4 corners of the table, rectangular in shape, act as anchor points through which energy enters. Keep yourself in this subatomic consciousness and experience the transference of electrical energy on a subatomic level. It is as a huge bolt. It's as if huge bolts of lightning move from planet to planet, these electrical jolts that move between the atoms. You are warm and stimulated by a sound that calls you and keeps you in a lullaby-like state. You are enthralled, watching the space in your body as if you are watching the electrical storm over the vast countryside. The lights and flashing of the electrical energy recharge the smallest particles of your body, which begin to come alive and remember their identity, letting you know they have consciousness. Do you talk to the cells in your body? I do. Find yourself swirling throughout your body, excitedly meeting the atoms that are waking up. Feel your body decreasing to, decreeing, to you willingness, intelligence, and desire to work in cooperation with any direction you set. So setting your intentions, setting your goals, setting your questions even, and then letting your body and the energy dictate all of that. So feel yourself excited with this discovery as new possibilities endlessly present themselves. Allow yourself to go deeper into relaxation and trust, surrendering to a process that will recognize you and offer great meaning and purpose to your sexual, sensual self. Drift into a soft pillow of memory, experiencing yourself as valued and mirroring your value and appreciation of others. At this moment of letting go, picture something that will bring you meaning in your life. If that's part of your question, awesome. Picture something that will bring you meaning in your life and that will be a contribution to the planet, stirring many people. Feel the ongoing gentle electrical stimulation, and when you sleep this evening, dream you are on the gold table and travel into the transformational vistas of sexual value. That was from the chapter Gift of the Gods. So, awesome. So if you guys have Barbara's book, or if you can look it up online, again, that's from page 178, 179. That's a really dope, it says energy exercise. So it's a really, really dope energy exercise. So I'm going to conclude that for today, but I'm going to do this again tomorrow at noon. So if you have any questions that you want me to ask, or do it by yourself at home, but if you have any questions that you want me to ask and kind of tap in with, then either write me personally if you want it to be kind of anonymous, or check in tomorrow at noon, and I'll be asking the universe and your intuition more of these fun questions. But that was a really, really badass one. That maybe, I don't know, some of my friends are more on the kind of metaphysical side, and then some of them are super on the business side. I like to balance. I like to swing, all the way. I like to play both sides. So, but everything I think still applies. So, everyone, a lot more people are getting into meditation and whatnot as well. And I think meditation with a purpose and doing a visual like that exercise, to me, is what I like to add into my meditations, just as that little extra boost. So I hope that was helpful for everybody, and I'm sending you so much love and blessings, and have an amazing day, and follow your intuition and listen to whatever messages end up showing up, because they can always show up in many different ways. So hope you have a good day.